Welcome, I'm Sam. You may not have heard my voice before, but I'm going to be in this lecture showing you how to upgrade the Number Wizard project to Unity 5. And we're going to exploit this to enable us to upload that as a WebGL game, which means that you don't need to install plugins when uploading it to GameBucket. That means your family can try it without installing plugins. How great is that? So let's see how we do that by jumping right in. So you'll notice that I have these two versions of Unity again, Unity 4.7.1 and Unity 5.3.2. You can do this on a PC or a Mac just by renaming the folders before installing a new version of Unity. That will ensure that you keep the old version rather than updating it in place. So we're going to open up Unity 5 and use that to import our Number Wizard UI project. So I already have a bunch of projects open here, but I'm going to open a new one. And I'm going to select the folder and hit open. Now you'll notice that it pops up with this dialog box asking us whether we want to upgrade with Unity's clever upgrading tool. So we're going to say yes to the upgrade and let it go through its quick upgrade process. It does some clever things, reaches into scripts and even changes the APIs there in order to make your game fully compatible. So let's check this has worked. We'll go into our game scene and then go and hit the play button. Okay, this does indeed seem to be working. Let me just increase the size here. In fact, I'm just going to maximize this tab. And here we go. We have our UI and our buttons. And as you can see, we can indeed play the game as expected. Now, I just want to show you one more thing, which is new in Unity 5, and that's being able to export this to a WebGL build. So we're going to do a build and run. And then we're going to select as our platform the WebGL platform. And let's just hit build. And we're going to create a build directory here. So I'm going to create a new folder, build, like so, and I'm going to call this Number Wizard UI, like so. Hit save and then just let it run through its build process, which can take about up to 5 minutes depending on how fast your machine is. But what this is doing is it's taking all the C#, turning it into an intermediate language. In fact, the intermediate language is C++, and then it's turning that intermediate C++ into JavaScript, which is the language that can be run in your web browser. And it uses all sorts of cool new HTML5 APIs in your web browser to allow you to do 3D graphics without the need for any plugins. So you can run this in any browser that it supports WebGL. Most modern browsers do, unfortunately not on mobile, but a lot of modern browsers on the desktop will, and it allows you to run these games just by going to a web page without having to install the Unity Player plugin, which can be a barrier for a lot of people who might want to try out your game. So this will allow you to share the game with your friends and family very, very easily just by uploading it to GameBucket and sharing on social media, and they won't have to install any plugins in order to play your game. And you'll be able to show them all the cool work you've been doing in this course. As you can see, we're currently at the compiling native code to JS, that means JavaScript, and this is the last stage of the process. After this is finished, you'll end up with a folder that we can zip and upload to GameBucket. So once again, it's challenge time. We have a challenge here to share your WebGL build with your friends. So to do this, you're going to have to first check your game very thoroughly to make sure that the Number Wizard is still working in exactly the same way you want it to. Then I'd like you to make a WebGL build, just as I've showed you in this video with these instructions. And finally, share this on GameBucket and social media, and I'm going to show you this after the break. Okay, so pause the video and have a go. Okay, welcome back. Let's dive right back in and show you how to share this on GameBucket if you have forgotten. A quick revision. So before the break, I had left the build running, and now you can see that this folder has popped up, my build folder containing my build. So all you have to do to upload this to GameBucket is simply right-click on this and compress it. On Windows, this is a slightly different procedure, but what you want to do is create a zip of this folder, and then we simply go over into our favorite web browser and get our GameBucket.io open. And then we simply want to upload. We can see these are the simple instructions we can upload. And we will find the code that we're looking for. That's my finding the code music. And we select the zip and hit open. Couldn't be any more simple than that. We wait for that to upload and do the various processing that needs to happen. And boom, you get a URL and a page that looks exactly like this. And it will load, if maybe a little bit slowly at first, and it will load into your game, which you should be able to play in a web browser. There we go. We have Number Wizard, and we can click start, we can do higher, lower, etc. And it all works as it does in your editor. But the difference is this is happening without a plugin. You can tell because I'm in Chrome, and Chrome doesn't have a Unity Player plugin. Perfect. We'll see you in the next video.